right? Oh, dang.
Well, let's just see how
it sounds first?
yeah, how much you can hear it.
Check, check. No, it's not very good.
Hello?
Check. Oh! We can still hear ourselves out of the speaker, too. Check. 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 Hello. Hello, hello. Howdy.
Oh, do you want to check
Hello.
this shit? Because it probably works.
Hello. Yeah, I got an idea. Hello. Alright, if I'm talking
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear anything?
No.
Oh, well, this has to be... Yeah, this is turned off, too. Hello? Oh, okay. There we go. Yeah. Wait, say something?
What's up?
Oh, okay. Dang, I wish I had 2 pairs of headphones.
Is this like pretty loud or is this okay?
It's pretty
or do
good. I could hear you.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Is it loud enough?
It's pretty good.
Should
Here,
I sit like
here,
closer?
you check it out.
Or
I put the volume up because the volume was down last time.
oh, okay. Hello? Yeah.
Hello, check.
Check, check. Alright.
Do you hear it?
Yeah, but like, let me see. Cause it like, all this like.
You hear all that?
Up. Yeah,
whatever, man. It's
no,
not...
cause like when I was like moving around, like I could hear like when I was like doing this.
And adds texture to the audio,
Yeah.
right?
It might be a little too loud.
Yeah, should we lower it a little bit?
I think. Cause is it peaking at any time?
No.
Oh, this sounds
not at
pretty
all.
clean right now.
Like that?
Right.
Hello, check.
Say something.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, good, right there.
Yeah.
Should we start it?
Just try to speak like into
the
it.
mic? Okay.
Yeah.
Like that? Is that better?
Yeah.
I'll be like, hey! I'm not gonna shout.
Yeah. Say something now.
Hello!
Yeah. Okay. I think this is good right here.
Okay.
Cause cardioid mics should be able to pick up like this whole area and just reject anything that's behind it. So I think we should be good right now. Alright, so are you recording?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just gonna leave
Yeah.
it in.
Alright,
It adds to the conversation. People will be like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Alright, well, let's see if it works. That's the wrong one.
Deja Vu Radio.
Alright. Well, welcome to Deja Vu Radio. I'm here with our guest today. Can you introduce yourself, Mr. Guest?
What's up? I'm Brandon Santos. And I make beats. Not always that good, but yeah.
Hey man, that was pretty good. We made a beat today, and we'll put it at the end of the video or something. It was pretty good. I liked it. It was fun.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting.
Yeah. Well, so tell us, what do you do? You said you were shooting and scouting for a location the other day.
Yeah, like I'm yeah, I'm gonna be directing a short film soon, so the last few kind of like weeks I've been scouting different locations around like LA and over here like Chino and West Covina, but finally found some place that I for sure could film, so probably should be soon, but I mean that's kind of what I've been working on like lately, and I've been making a lot of beats soon to be like songs, I guess.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
How about you? shit.
A little bit of this, a little bit of that. At the moment, just working on like an album, I guess. Like, cause I have 3 songs and I'm like, those don't belong like on an album. And I was like, maybe I should just put them out, just like little singles here and there. Like, I put a few out, I think. And then I was like, well, I have a bunch of other songs. Why don't I just do something with that too? So, I was like, I all made them in 2019. So I was like, why don't I just finish them and like put them out like as a collection?
Yeah, dude. Like, there's so many things that I have that are just kind of like throwaways or like different ideas I've had for like the last few years, and I feel like now that if I go back to them, they could be like whole like song ideas, but it's just like I was too stupid then to like figure out something. But
I feel that.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm more, or you know, just get more competent.
Yeah. Dude, I've gotten so much more competent this year, and like at least like some stuff I'm still like, what?
Yeah, for real.
But I feel like I've gotten more proficient in like every instrument that I can play, and like I tried to learn drums a little more this year. I'm trying to get a little
Dude,
better.
drums are sick.
Drums are cool, dude.
I think they're always like my favorite part of like a band is when they have like a really cool drummer that can just create like some crazy rhythms. But I would say like the only band that I probably like something else is probably like the Doors, because they had like Ray Manzarek, which was like a god on like the keyboard, and I really like Jim Morrison's like voice, and even Robbie Krieger's guitar, because he was trained with like classical music and like flamenco, so it just feels really weird, but it feels good. It's cool.
Yeah, I felt, dude, the Doors, they're one of my favorite bands, bro. The Doors are probably top 3 for me. Like,
For real.
maybe top 2, honestly.
Yeah.
The Doors are something else, dude. They're the Doors. There's not, like...
No, for real. Like,
sometimes I'm like, what's up with the Doors? And then I listen again, I'm like, the Doors.
Yeah, they're sick. And I think I like them even more than, like, Jimi Hendrix.
Oh, yeah.
Like, honestly.
I like Jimi Hendrix, but
Yeah.
the Doors are the Doors, man.
Yeah. And, what else?
You listen to the Beatles at all?
Yeah, I really like the Beatles. I like, John Lennon the most, probably.
Yeah.
Just 'cause he's an asshole. It's kind of funny. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
But yeah, I like the Beatles, but I think I listen to rap probably the most, I guess. 'Cause I listen to MF Doom pretty much every day. It's like, I remember in my car, like, my Bluetooth thing, like, got all fucked up, so then I remember I went to, like, the car wash, and, like, I used a vacuum, and it fucking sucked up my, aux cord, too, so I've only been able to, like, play CDs in my car, so I've been playing, the Mad Villainy, like, MF Doom album for, like, probably months already at this point, so, like, I know, like, the whole, like, song, like, word by word, like, and I could keep up with them.
That's pretty cool. Dang. Yeah, I've never
Yeah.
gotten that proficient at, like, any rap music.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'll probably show you later, but yeah, it's funny.
It's cool.
But I don't know. It's like your latest inspiration for music.
Let me take a thought. I take a lot of inspiration in general, though, from, like, the 60s. Like, just because everything around the time was, like this, if when you look at the beginning of the 60s to the end of the 60s, it's, like, 2 completely different things. But it all takes place within the 60s. And I'm like, whoa, so much stuff happened. Like, Martin Luther King, the Beatles, the Doors, the Rolling Stones, the Vietnam War, John F. Kennedy, Marilyn Monroe, Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley then went to Vietnam, so they crossed over.
Yeah, there's a bunch of shit.
Bombs were going off, dude. It was like the end of the world again.
Fuck.
People got into like different religions and stuff. They got into like spirituality and stuff because of the Beatles. Another crossover.
Yeah.
A lot of different innovations were happening. The women's movement, for like rights and stuff, and then like it's the African American people for their rights, and then everything, even the like LGBTQ stuff was doing better. Like not better, but it was like having more progress, I guess, in their area. Like all like the social rights, I guess you would say, the social movement. Was the social movement. Yes, all that was doing better. Not better, but like there was more stuff happening. Even in the intellectual circles, like they were like building more and more. Like different artists started collaborating again. It was a renaissance, if you could say, in the most. So that's why I guess I take a lot of inspiration from the '60s, and I'm always looking back like, what?
'60s are just cool, because I mean, see, like if the '60s went well, it could have been the start of like a crazy new era of like just everything, but then with all of the bullshit that happened and people dying and like it's just a complete mess. So then by the time like the 70s happened, it's like there's so many people like in jail, like unjustly, honestly, and a lot of people didn't have any guidance. So then like the government probably introduced like all this drug shit into the urban areas around like all the major cities. So then people get like addicted to stuff, and it's like there's even like a recording of one of the presidents like back then basically saying that if he could associate the hippies with like drugs and like people of color with crack, then you could have like all kinds of people like in jail and shit and just like kind of do whatever the fuck they want. And it's like, bro, like that's crazy. And that all happened like starting in like the 60s. So it's like if none of that shit happened, then we could have actually been living in a cool ass time with like flying cars or some shit. I don't know.
We got iPhones at least.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
You got the internet. That's pretty good. That's.
Yeah. You know what's crazy though? It's like I saw this thing the other day where, those big drones that they fly. Well, I think they created a new camera for some of these drones so they could see like a 30-mile radius and track like every car and person within that big ass area, and to do surveillance and all that stuff. But it's like just that scary, dude. It's like they know where you are like at all times.
Yeah, they really. I was thinking about it. I'm like, yeah, if they want, I probably nuke me with a satellite right now.
So it's kind of just weird that people so willingly give up their privacy for like security, but it's like it does like good for like everybody to be able to access your information.
Yeah. What if the app needs to like use photos and like reference your stuff, like your face?
Yeah.
But I don't know why they would need why would they need access to everything? Doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. It's just kind of weird.
They want to sell to you better, I guess, right?
Yeah. But then like people People always say like, oh, like if I did nothing wrong, then I got like nothing to hide, right? But it's like, for like the, that's so dumb. It's like saying that you give up your right to like free speech because you got nothing to say.
I think I said that the other day.
No, for real.
But I mean, that I thought like you were thinking before that. I guess the difference now is like I was just like, yeah, I got nothing to hide, bro.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I get what you're saying too, because like, but they don't need all that information. Like, who knows? Who am I to know what they do with that information, really? You know, like the people at the computers. What if they're just like, I'm gonna look at this guy's camera right now just because I want to, or like, you know, they're like, you know, I'm gonna just do something with this person's information.
Yeah, for real.
Like, how do I know? What if they sell it to somebody else who's gonna do it just because they need to make an extra buck or something?
Yeah. Or you always hear about like people's money getting stolen or some shit online. It's like, you never know.
Yeah, if the government, like, what if they're out to get you? Like, what,
Yeah,
like
probably.
Kanye stuff, you know, and like everyone shut him down, and like people like, I mean, I get why they did, but I mean, I'm not saying like I don't understand what Kanye did. What he did was pretty bad, but I mean, to the extent of like how far they went is kind of like, dang, dude.
Yeah.
Like, really? I saw something where there was like a wax museum and they took Kanye's wax figure out, but they left Hitler in. So they're just
Dude,
like,
that's so stupid.
they're like, why's Hitler in there? But they took Kanye out. Like,
no, bro.
What the heck?
I don't know. There's just like this fixation on like people with like, you know, like people from cancel culture. It's like they just fixate on like certain people, and it's like they're just so hateful on them that it kind of even outweighs what the person has done, you know? Because it could be like some shit that they said like 30 years ago or something, and it wouldn't be even like offensive, but just because it talks about like certain things, it could be like terrible. I don't know, dude.
You're like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I feel that. That's how it all is now, man.
Yeah, I just want to go, like, I don't know. We could just have, like, simple times. Because all this shit's, like, too complicated. It's like nobody knows what the fuck they want to do. And, you know, they stress out for, like, 20 years trying to figure something out. Then, like, they spend, like, the next, like, 30, or kind of like 30 years doing, like, some shit that they don't even know if they like or not. And it's like, dude, this shit sucks.
Yeah, I'm really tired of working for somebody else, man. Honestly.
No, for real.
I'm so tired. Like, how come I can't work for myself? Like, why not?
Yeah, for real.
It's
But
always
that's
like,
how, like, they
it
just teach you to work for somebody else, because like they probably don't even know how to do it themselves, so it's like, fuck.
Yeah,
That's
well,
why
that
like
makes
it's
sense.
so hard to just be like an entrepreneur, like, you know, like somebody that's trying to start like businesses and stuff, because it's like there's not really much info to go off of unless you have like a mentor or something. So it's like, damn, bro, like you're really on your own.
You're on your own until you just do it.
Yeah.
That's the best way I've done it, honestly. I've just read books about people I admire and tried to not imitate what they've done, but kind of seen like the experience, or heard about the experiences they went through. And I'm like, I feel like I would like to experience that because it might lead me in a direction like similar to theirs, you know?
Yeah.
And like, yeah, so I kind of do that sometimes. And like certain things I'll read, mainly more with books I read, not too much with movies I see. Some movies, you know, you're like, yeah, that was an inspirational movie, you know?
Yeah.
But actually, no, a good movie makes me just want to make another movie for some reason. I don't know if
No,
that
yeah,
happens to you.
for
Like
real.
when you see a good movie, like I just want to make another good movie. Like,
Yeah. So I feel like, damn, like this is pretty cool. Or it's like, there's certain movies where I'll watch it and I like it, but it's like not exactly what I would have wanted or something. So like movies like that, I always think like, damn, like this is pretty cool, but I kind of want to do something that might be even a little better.
I feel that
Yeah, cause
all
like
the time.
yeah, I remember like in like the early 2010s, there's like a fixation on like vampires, and I remember there was always just the young adult type ones that were always like romance and all that shit, but it would have been cool to have you know, like fuck, I forgot. But I remember there's this book called Vampirates, and I used to read it as a kid,
Nice.
and it was basically vampire pirates, and dude, that shit was so fucking lit. Like, it was one of the craziest books I've ever read as a little kid. But I was gonna say,
Vampires. That's cool.
yeah. But
Oh, look it up now.
you could make like a better Van Helsing like movie. 'Cause, like,
Yeah, it has potential.
no, for real, because it's like, you know, how many times have we seen like Dracula be remade, you know, or in Dracula or Nosferatu, you know, there's been like countless, you know,
Like adaptations.
yeah, adaptations and like reboots and shit. So it's like, why don't they just make something about Van Helsing? It's like way more interesting. Like, just, or you don't even have to have him just be like a vampire hunter. You could just have him as like a monster, like bounty hunter, kind of like The Witcher. Dude, that would be so freaking cool. Cause then it's like, you could have like movies and like a TV show or whatever, and you probably even make like video games out of it. So then it's like,
Yeah, dude.
you know,
That'd be so cool.
cause then
It's so potential,
Yeah.
dude. So much. Like,
'cause-
but have you seen the Van Helsing movie?
yeah, I mean
It's pretty cool.
it was cool, but it was pretty bad.
Pretty okay at the
Yeah,
same time.
I mean, but
yeah, it's pretty bad. Some
No,
parts
yeah,
I'm like,
it's pretty bad.
why is it bad? It's supposed to be good.
yeah, yeah, but then yeah, it could just be cool, cause I mean, in the late 2000s and early 2010s, it was all about vampires, right? And like, I think like 2013, 2014 is when like the whole zombie shit started, and everybody's been like obsessed with that until like maybe like 5 years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, I think. Now it's like, I don't even know, aliens, I guess.
All of it, bro. I feel like it's like
Yeah.
all of it. Everybody's just like talking about all of it now.
Yeah.
Everybody's like aliens, demons, ghosts,
Yeah,
monsters. All of it. Anime.
Yeah.
They're talking about everything.
It's ridiculous, really. But you believe in aliens?
Do I believe in aliens?
Huh?
What if I told you I was an alien? I was my head just like
Shit.
changes to alien.
Oh yeah. Have you ever seen The Thing?
I have not.
You should watch it. It's
Dude.
one of the best alien movies.
I want to see it, dude. Like, it's,
I have it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I have the DVD, so if you want it, you can borrow it if you want. But what I was gonna say is like, the aliens are weird. 'Cause
Yeah. I believe aliens.
like just
I believe.
just
I don't know if I believe in
probability,
aliens,
you
but
know, it's
yeah.
like just the probability
They've
that
gotta be out
aliens exist, you know, because it's like we're just living on a floating rock, floating around an insignificant star in a insignificant part of our galaxy, which is not even that big, and it's on a random ass side of the universe. and every galaxy has like billions or like what was like trillions of stars and planets, and then there's galaxy clusters, which has like thousands or like millions of galaxies within this little section. Then if you go even bigger, there's like trillions or like billions of galaxies all in the universe. And it's like, just to think that there's not one other planet out there or moon or whatever that doesn't have life, that's just crazy.
Yeah, dude. I don't think there's any life out there. It's just us.
Really?
It's possible, honestly.
Well, because it's like,
it's also
it
like,
could
why
be
not?
just the fact that if there's like microbial life somewhere out there, just proves that life could happen like somewhere else, or we're not from where we think we are.
Yeah.
So
I
it's
get you.
crazy.
What if we
Yeah.
are the aliens, man?
But I don't know. I mean, we could be, because we could be like created by the aliens.
Yeah, I've heard about that too.
Yeah.
Dude. It's crazy. Like,
Yeah, dude.
I don't really doubt it either. I mean, why not? I mean,
Not for real.
it's a big galaxy out there. We were made by the Guardians of the Galaxy.
I remember I heard something that there's like a tribe in Africa where for like hundreds or I guess like 1,000 years, they have like necklaces and masks that are in the shape of like a constellation, and they could point to where it should be in the sky, but you can't see it with the naked eye or even like a little like telescope or whatever. And I guess it was only till like the 80s that we've discovered that constellation. And what happens is that the tribe say that this constellation is where their gods came from. Like, it's some weird shit.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Or like
Wow.
there's a bunch of maps that are based on like even older maps, and they show Earth with bigger coastlines where the sea level was 300 feet lower, right? So continents are even bigger, and there's like hundreds of years of old like maps that have Antarctica on it, and we only discovered Antarctica in like the 1800s.
Dang.
Yeah. Then the one with the map where it has everything where the sea level was 300 feet lower. I think, I don't know how old it is, but the last time the sea level was that low was like 11 to 12 like thousand years ago. So then that would be like a very, very long time ago for anybody to have known like where those coastlines would be at. Like, it's some weird shit.
Wow.
Cause there's like
How, dude?
there's a bunch of weird yeah, there's a bunch of weird shit where it kind of makes it plausible that an ancient civilization was like lost, because modern humans have been having like I think modern humans have been around for like at least 200,000 years. So you kind of telling me that only within like the last like 5 or 6,000 years we've been able to do all this, right? But before us, like nobody could even like think to do anything similar, right? Because it's like you would have what, like another 195,000 years to do something, right? And like back then, right, the sea level was like lower, so if you also consider the civilizations are usually near like a big body of water, so like the ocean or like the coastline or whatever, anything that was from back then could be now underwater and just gone. So that might be like why we haven't found anything, because it just eroded or something. Because then there's also stuff where when the conquistadors,
yeah, that's right.
yeah, there's also stuff when the
I heard about
conquistadors
stuff like
came to South America. They all talked about these lavish golden cities, and like 50 to 100 years after, people would come over and they couldn't find these cities. But then now we're able to like fly over the Amazon forest with something called like LiDAR, and you shoot it at the ground and it reveals what's beneath like the canopy of the trees and stuff. So they're now finding like cities and stuff under these trees, like grown over with like vegetation. And it's like, bro, there's all kinds of weird shit.
Kind of reminds me of like One Piece. There's stuff like that in the show One Piece. But no, apparently, have you heard of Graham Hancock?
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I have some of his books.
Yeah?
And I watched like all the shit he has with like Joe Rogan and all that.
Nice. That's what's up, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
I remember my friend Jaden was telling me about him. Like in high school, we would talk about all this stuff, and like when we were sophomores and stuff. I'm like, hey, he was like, yeah, Graham Hancock, you gotta look him up. I looked him up, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is some next level stuff right now. And yeah, I like how he says like there's like evidence of like a lot of stories about like a great flood and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it's like everything from the Bible to like the city of Atlantis too is like underwater, like all this other stuff.
Yeah, dude.
References Noah's Ark, and like
Yeah, you know what's crazy though about Noah's Ark is that it's based on an even older like Babylonian myth called like Utnapishtim, and it's like the same thing. It's like a really big flood and like contact with the gods and like all this stuff. But what's weird is the Jews were exiled in Babylon for like 80 years, and a significant portion of the Bible was written during that time, and a lot of that stuff was based on like earlier Babylonian myths. So it's just kind of weird, dude.
it just keeps getting older and older and older.
Yeah.
Because he's probably been doing more research since I stopped watching them. What's like his newest stuff?
I have some book, I think is called America Before or something like that. But it basically talks about how there might be evidence for a lost civilization in the Americas, so like North and like South America, most likely the Amazon, or like stuff like Peru. But because there's so much history in Europe and like North Africa and like the Middle East and like Asia, but we don't have a lot of evidence we don't have a lot of history, like known history of early Americas, like North and South America. We know some about like the Mayans and Aztecs and like the Olmecs and like all that stuff, but there's probably stuff that even predates that. So it's just very weird.
That's pretty weird.
Yeah. I also heard something about how there is Aborigine or Australian Aborigine DNA like deep within the rainforest or something, and there's just like this weird of the Amazon.
It's, dude. So the Amazon is what, along the equator?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, what's like? I wonder what it's like exactly, like in the equator. Like because I've never been there. Like, what the heck? I wonder how it feels there. I wonder if there's like a different type of vibe. Well, there has to be, right? Like,
Probably. I can't remember, but I heard. I don't really remember, but there's. I think they said that if you're along the equator, you go even faster. So like.
whoa.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the Earth spins even faster at like that point or something. I don't know.
That's cool. I don't doubt it.
I don't remember. I might be totally wrong. I'm not sure.
You're just like,
I'm
whoa.
not a scientist, but yeah. There's also a bunch of ancient landmarks and monoliths and stuff that align across like thousands of miles of the globe, and they're all in like straight lines, and they could be like from different continents and stuff, and like it's really weird, dude.
I didn't know that. I didn't know it was that detailed.
Yeah.
Dang.
So you like
Wow.
yeah, so I think what is it called? What's that Stonehenge in the UK?
Yeah.
Then the Oracle of Delphi, or some ancient Greek monument, and Pyramid of Giza all line up in like a straight line, and like there's all kinds of lines, like different monuments and stuff all across the world, and they almost look like markers or something. It's weird.
Wow. I need to look more into this. Do you believe in like ghosts at all or anything, or do you like? How do you feel about that? Cause there's this theory I've heard that my brothers told me about, like energy and stuff, and like how it could attach to stuff, like even when people die, and like I don't know. I've heard something about energy and like stuff like that.
This is like what I think about like death is, cause it's like a lot of people, especially like atheists, they think the world is just like physical, like material. But it feels like when you see something alive, then you see it dead, it feels like there's something else that's gone than just their like bodily functions, It feels like something's like gone, and you can't really touch on like what it is exactly.
The life, the soul.
Yeah.
The light in the eyes. It's trippy, dude. Yeah. It's almost like it's I remember George Harrison described it as like a suit.
Yeah.
He's like, it's a suit. You leave your suit and you go somewhere else. Like, but you can't describe it really with words.
Yeah.
I was like, dang. Like, I kind of feel like George Harrison was the smartest Beatle, honestly, but he just stayed on the low just because he was like, I don't want to. I remember there was an interview when they were younger and they still had the haircuts, and they're like, how come you never answer anything, George? And he was just like, because you never ask good questions. He's like, you never say anything worth answering, so I just stay quiet.
That's funny.
And the other guys would answer or something, but I don't know, dude. George was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I don't know why I brought up the Beatles, but
that's funny.
Yeah, man. I really do think aliens are out there. I'm pretty sure they're here.
Yeah. Dude, I want to get abducted.
Abducted?
Yeah.
There's a Radiohead song about that. It's called Subterranean Homesick Alien.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a good song. It's a really good song. Alright, you think we should pause it and Spark of the Doink.
Yeah.
Alright, we can listen to that song too.
Yeah.
Subterranean Homesick Alien. Alright, well, we'll be right back, folks, after this nice thing. Oh. Alright, we're back.
Hello. I'm very high.
Yeah, I'm pretty high too, man.
Oh,
Okay,
man,
I'm
yeah.
very high. I'll try to put away my phone. Yeah. So,
Yeah. Let's see, shit. Say something?
hello?
Check. Probably put it a little louder.
Check.
A little louder.
Like that. Is that good?
Oh, let's see.
Check.
A little louder. Check. Check, check. Maybe a little, quieter. Check. Hello? Yeah. A little, louder? Just a little bit.
Is that?
Hello? Check. That's good.
Cool. Hello? Did it work?
Yeah. Probably maybe just get a little bit closer.
Alright, is that better?
Yeah. Say something?
Hello.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Alright, so I guess what's it like coming up as an artist in Los Angeles?
Dude, like, it's shitty.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In what way?
I don't know. Just like, there's so many people, and I've never really been good at like promoting myself or anything, so it's like, it's kind of tough. But I've been trying to make music for maybe like 10 years or something, but I never really knew how, or like, because back then I didn't really have any money to have like equipment or anything, so I basically had bare bones, like nothing. Like I would have the family computer or some shit, but like I didn't even have like a laptop back then, so it was
Dang.
pretty bad. But yeah, it was not until maybe 3 years ago that I built like a computer, so I can basically do whatever I want on there, make beats, music, and that's just like a beast. So it's like I don't even have to like worry about it not doing something. Yeah. But I don't know. Like lately I haven't really been finishing anything. It's like I'd be thinking of like more ideas or whatever, but I haven't really been like finishing anything until like recently.
Yeah. I feel that. I barely started finishing like a lot of old projects, man. Like that whole album and all of that. I barely started making videos and stuff. I'm just gonna start making stuff on my own, man. I feel like that's the best way to do it, honestly.
Yeah.
Keep making stuff and like collaborate with people.
Yeah. Because I'm not I don't think it's that easy to have like a band anymore, because now it's like you have to collaborate with a bunch of people who all have like their own opinions about stuff. Then it makes trying to like finish anything like so hard. But then if you could just like collaborate with people and just keep continuously like finding new people to do stuff with, then you kind of keep your options open, and you have like more freedom with like your music or whatever.
Yeah.
How high are you?
I'm pretty high, man.
Like out of 10?
Probably like a 9.
Oh fuck.
I think it's hitting me more right now. I'm just like, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but I don't know. I guess I'm still trying to work things out, man.
Like what?
I don't even know what I'm doing. Half the time
I don't know
I'm
what
like,
I'm doing either.
I'm making a podcast. That's cool.
Yeah, I was never on a podcast before. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that's good to know, man. I'm happy to have you on the podcast.
Hell yeah.
This could be episode 1. That's pretty cool.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we listened to Subterranean Homesick Alien by Radiohead. What did you think of that song?
That was pretty cool. Yeah, I've always wondered how it would be to be abducted by aliens, and I don't know, the song's pretty good.
I guess so, huh?
yeah, for real.
Yeah, I feel like I got abducted by an alien. I'm just like, dang.
Yeah.
But that's Radiohead for you, man.
Yeah, fucking Radiohead. Bro, I'm fucking blasted.
Yeah. Dang. So what's the highest you've ever gotten from smoking weed?
Oh fuck, dude. I got so high. Oh no. Oh fuck. Okay, I know this one. So I was at my aunt's house, right, with my girlfriend, and I had like a King Palm, maybe like a slim blunt. So it holds like, I think, 1.5 grams of weed. Then I was smoking that while I also was smoking like a backwoods, like Russian cream, like regularly with like the tobacco in it, because I don't know, I was stupid. So I started hitting the blunt, right, and I actually finished all of it. Then I went to hit the backwoods, and dude, I was so high that I forgot I was not supposed to hit it like if it was weed. So I got like super fucking high, and I had that like head rush that like nicotine gives you, and dude, it gave me like flashbacks or something to when like I last took shrooms, dude, and like I was seeing like shapes and like patterns that should not be there or whatever, and dude, I was so fucking scared. Like I was outside, right, up in like the mountains, like kind of like near La Crescenta. So like at night there's like coyotes and like all kinds of like bears and all this shit. So like I was outside, and dude, it was scary as fuck, and I was starting to like see shapes and like all this weird stuff, and hear stuff that shouldn't be there or whatever. So I started running into the house, and still wouldn't stop, right? So then I remember I was gonna go take a shower. Then I was like, oh shit, like I forgot something outside. So then I go downstairs, and that's downstairs is to get to like outside in the back, and that's like pitch black, right? And I started like freaking the fuck out because like all the stuff from like my last trip was like coming back like super strong. And I was like, oh my god. And it's like, I've heard stuff like this happening to people, right? And I was like, dude, I never thought like it would happen to me, but damn, it did. And it's so scary, dude. I think that was even scarier than my actual like mushroom trip, though. Yeah.
Dang. That's extremely intense, man.
Yeah. Oh, I should tell you about the mushroom shit, though, because I remember I was up in like the mountains, and I was laying on like the grass looking up at the sky, and it started like breaking into pieces, and like if something where I was looking at was gonna like fall through like the sky or something. So then I started getting like a little freaked out, and I heard there's this thing right to where the mushroom is like hitting when you feel like you have to take a shit, right? So I felt that. So then I ran to like the restroom because like I felt like I was gonna like shit myself or some shit. And I go into the restroom, and by this time all the visuals are coming on like super super fucking strong, right? And I'm like almost so disoriented that I'm almost like gonna fall over or some shit, right? So then I like whip open the door, and I go into the restroom, and just everything is like dimly lit, like all like this like grayish like brown color, and like all these visuals are like coming on super strong, and like I'm getting like tracers and like all this like lag and like all this shit, and I'm starting to see like the full spectrum of color in like what shouldn't really be, and I go into the stall, and the stall walls have tile with like lines and shit, and I saw like something like almost peek out at me and like go away, and dude, that was so fucking freaky, dude. So then I fucking like I tried running out, dude. It was weird, but it was funny because when I went into the stall, like I actually had to use the restroom. So I remember like I went to like pull my pants down or whatever, right? And I was looking at my skin, and it was all like weird textures and colors, like kind of like patterns like moving in like a wave. And dude, it was just weird trying to see that like over my body, dude. It was just weird. So then it was like, dude, like I'm just trying to get out, like, and just like out into like the fresh air, because everything was like so stimulating and like really overwhelming. And I was just like, damn, dude, like I just need to like chill the fuck out and just like calm down, because it's like it's terrible, dude. And later on I felt like my brain turned into like a supercomputer, and it felt like every few like seconds, or like maybe like a minute, right, I would have like a full lifetime with like thought, and it would just be like that every minute. It was crazy.
Time loops, bro.
Yeah.
You ever heard of the Bermuda Triangle?
Yeah.
That shit's crazy, dude. Like,
Yeah.
apparently it has to do with like a lot of magnetic like rock in the area. And, like, so like I guess everything's kind of like a little trippy down there too, and like there's some coral reefs and like other like sharp rocks and stuff that are there that might have messed up a bunch of ships, I heard.
Oh shit.
So it's like there is like something wrong with the Bermuda Triangle. It's like not a good place, I guess.
Yeah.
As to why the weather's like that, I don't know. I forgot why. But I know like there's a lot of magnetic rock there, and there's like sulfur too, so it would knock out like people when they flew over.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. So it was just like a bad spot.
There's a bunch of places like that, like around the world, and there's always like shipwrecks or plane crashes on like the same like a few thousand square miles, and it's just kind of crazy.
I wonder what's up with that. Like, I wonder why there's points in the world like that. Like, same thing with the pyramids. Like, there's only pyramids in certain... Like, that's so cool that humans, like, on opposite sides of the globe, both made pyramids.
Yeah.
Like, what are the odds of that? Like, they must have been related in some way.
What we know is crazy is that the pyramid in Mexico is exactly half the size of the Great Pyramid of Giza.
Really?
Yeah.
Exactly?
Yeah.
It's all a big prank, man. It's a space prank.
Yeah, I don't know, dude.
I wonder if it's to, like, charge energy or something. I wonder what it is, man. I really wonder what it is.
And, I think the Sumerian or, like, Mesopotamian gods were called, like, the Anunnaki.
Yeah.
And, they're supposed to come down from the sky. And it's like, dude, that sounds like aliens, bro.
I feel like it all has to do with energy.
Probably.
Time and energy. That's it, man. That's all everything is. Time, energy, and vibrations.
Have you ever heard of the Kabbalion?
What's that?
So, it's based on the Hermetic philosophy. So, there's this dude named Hermes Tris. I can't remember, but Trismegistus or something, and he was supposed to be around in like ancient Egyptian times, and it was kind of like thought to be like one of the early like philosophers that like influenced like a lot of stuff like throughout the years. But this book kind of talks about the nature of reality and all that in different principles. It's so weird. I mean, I can't really remember all of them off the top of my head, but if you like apply like each principle to like different aspects of life or like subjects or whatever, like stuff starts to like make sense. It's kind of weird.
It's very strange, man. It seems unexplainable, but it is explainable. It starts to become the unexplainable is starting to become explainable.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy, man.
It would just be crazy if like imagine if you could live forever. Would you?
I don't know. Kind of don't want to.
Yeah, because, like, if you did, then you'd have probably enough time to figure out, like, everything about reality, right?
Yeah.
Like, and that would be, like, so boring. Like, imagine knowing, like, literally everything that you could ever know, and you're still forced to live. It's like, how do you not get fucking bored?
Yeah.
And, like, probably want to die. I think that was a helicopter.
Yeah.
Ice Cube used to call them ghetto birds.
You used to call them ghetto birds?
Yeah. It's in like one of his songs. I can't remember which one.
Ghetto bird.
Honestly, I think it might be like a song. I can't remember. I'm a little too high, honestly.
Yeah. I feel like I had that theory before on an acid trip where it was like, I remember saying, hey everybody, try to find puzzles, like in the tent, because we're all tripping balls. And, cause I was like, cause I figured out what you just said, like, not everything, but, like, kind of, and I was just like, what the heck? Everything kind of
Yeah.
disappeared, and I was like, what the heck? And everything kind of ceased to exist, and I was just like, whoa.
Yeah.
And I remember it was extremely, like, just dark and quiet and kind of, like, lonely. I was like, whoa. And then I, like, reimagined, like, the whole universe down to, like, every detail, and like, and then I came back and I was just meditating, like, in the tent, and I was like, oh, and I was, like, looking around, everyone was there, and I was just like, oh, what the heck? And, like, I went around, and I was, like, freaking out, and I was like, what's going on?
Dude, that's so fucking funny.
Bro, it was intense. After that, I was just like... and then we took shrooms the next day.
Dude, it's just weird though, because it's like, if you try to talk about this, like, with anybody that hasn't done them, like, they can't even, like, begin to understand what that it's like,
No.
you know?
Yeah.
Because it's like, me and my brother, like, when we were on shrooms, like, we experienced, like, near, like, the same shit. Like, I would look at stuff, and he would, like, look at the same thing, and we'd both be like, dude, I'm seeing cats. So, like, I would see, like, cat faces, like, in the wall, or whatever, like, as textures, and, like, he would too.
What the heck? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, that's what, like, dude, it feels like psychedelics let you see, like peek behind, like, the curtain for, like, a little bit, almost like if you're, like, on, like, a different, like, higher level of consciousness than, like, normal, and that you may be, like, peeking into, like, something higher than you.
Yeah. I feel that.
Cause it's like, what if there's beings that regularly think on, like, that level?
There is, dude. Apparently, like, Jesus and the Buddha and Muhammad and, like, other prophets and stuff were on that level. Like, that's where you get these stories of, like, these messiahs and these prophets and, like, all this stuff around the world. And it's like, huh. And it's always, oh, God sent me. or something, you know, or they're God's messenger or something. So it's like, well, with the gods are aliens, you know, too, like we said earlier. So it's just like, there's gotta be some type of, higher being than us. But I believe we're still all connected, and what we call consciousness is what we would call God too, you know? Because I feel like we all experience the same reality.
Yeah.
Like that oneness, you know, like people say like, oh, we're all one or whatever. We're all connected. It's like, well,
Yeah.
I guess I could see that.
Well, like, I think it probably is people all experiencing reality the same. Because there's a lot of stuff that has happened to, like, a group of people, and they all experience, like, the same thing. So, like, I remember there was one time, like, a few years ago where I was sleeping, and my brother was sleeping, and my mom was sleeping, all in, like, different rooms, and we all saw, like, a giant, like, ball of light, like, right outside our window, and it lit up my entire room, and their rooms, too, and, like, it woke me up, and it was, like, shining so damn bright through, like, the curtains, like, if the sun was, like, right outside my door, or outside my window, like, that bright, and my whole room was shaking, and there was, like, a big, like, almost, like, blast sound, and, like, all, like, me, my brother, and my mom, like, experienced, like, the same thing, right? And we looked outside after it happened, and there's, like, nothing, and we looked outside, like, in the front and the back or whatever, and, like, nothing. And it's like, what if, like, dude, like, what if that meant, like, we were, like, abducted and, like, we didn't even know?
Yeah.
Or, like, some weird shit.
I mean, apparently John Lennon was abducted. I believe it, dude. He said he had the same dream twice, but he had it again when he was older. And when he had it when he was older, like, it was, like, the same thing, but this time he remembered more of it. And he said, like, that, and, like, people saw, like, an alien that night, apparently. Like, or not saw an alien, but, like, a lot of people reported, like, a UFO, like, unidentified flying object. So,
That's pretty crazy.
yeah. And apparently, when we were in San Francisco, when I was with every now and then we were in San Francisco coming back, San Mateo, Xavier and Dario, the two people in the group, saw like something fly by, like a bright, like almost like a second sun. They described it as like something
down,
like go fast. And they're like, what the heck was that? Like, you know. And then I guess Zach said, the guy I was in my car, he was also like, hey, like, did you see that? I guess I said I saw it, but I don't remember seeing it. Which is kind of weird. How come I don't remember seeing it? Like,
that's crazy.
Maybe I was just, you know, stupid and I didn't see it. I was like, yeah, I see it, and I'm just driving. Or maybe I didn't even see it. I don't know. But they both saw it, and apparently everybody was, like, saying online that day, too, that everybody saw, like, something in the sky that day. Like a unidentified flying object. So it's like, what the heck? That's
crazy.
It's kind of different.
Apparently, they're not even calling them UFOs anymore. They're calling them UAPs.
A UAP?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
Kind of want to look it up. A UAP?
Yeah.
Well, let us see.
Let me ponder the orb.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon task force.
Yeah, that's what they're calling them now.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't have to be an aircraft all the time. And sometimes it's like maybe more terrestrial, I guess you could say. Maybe it's something different.
Yeah.
So much stuff happens all the time, dude. There's constantly just stuff happening.
Yeah.
You think we should call it?
Huh?
You want to keep going?
I'm done.
Yeah. Alright. I don't know what else to talk about. That's why I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna eat some of these snacks. Brought to you by snacks. You want some?
Do you have any more of, do you have any more of these?
Hmm?
Do you have any more of these? These are pretty good. I don't think I ever had one of these. I mean, we could pause it for right now, I think.
Welcome back to Deja Vu Radio.
What's up?
Bro, so we're at the movie section of the part of this episode.
Yeah.
So, who's your favorite director?
Oh man, I don't think anybody can really say, but
Who inspires you the most? Out of like, which director inspires you the most?
let me think.
That could be more specific, I guess. My hair got stuck. Oh, there we go.
Dang, man. I gotta see. I mean, low-key, I kind of like John Carpenter. Although that's kind of like a weird one.
Jean
Well,
Carpenter?
yeah. I mean, like, I kind of like Ridley Scott, but I also like this one Japanese director named Hiroshi Teshigahara. And he made this one movie called The Face of Another, and another movie called Woman in the Dunes. But in The Face of Another, a businessman with a disfigured face obtains a lifelike mask from his doctor, but the mask starts altering his personality.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So that was like one of my favorite movies. So, and it has like one of the coolest posters that I've ever seen. Yeah.
That's really cool.
And there's this other movie that he made called Woman in the Dunes, and that's a pretty cool movie too. But I'd say yeah, probably one of them. But like I feel like I've seen most of the movies worth watching at this point. So I watched so many. It's like ridiculous.
Honestly, I don't know who mine is. If I were to think of, I could say Quentin Tarantino. I could say Martin Scorsese. Heck, even Steven Spielberg. All the basics, you know?
Yeah.
But I guess when it really comes down to it,
I like Tim Burton.
I like Tim Burton.
He's pretty cool. Well, another guy that I really like is Francis Ford Coppola.
He's cool.
Yeah.
I like what he did with the Dracula. Wait, was he the one that did the Dracula one? Or no?
Yeah, yeah. I also like Danny Boyle. He's really
Who's out?
good.
Who has he done?
Train Spotting.
I haven't seen it. I heard it's really good. It's got Obi-Wan Kenobi in it.
Yeah, he also did 28 Days Later, which was like really cool.
Oh, that's a good one.
And he did Slumdog Millionaire, which is really
Oh.
good too. He also did Shallow Grave, which is like one of my favorite movies like ever. And it's about these three roommates. They're looking to find like a fourth roommate, and they finally settle with like this one guy, and they find him the next day dead in his room with a briefcase full of money. So they decide to bury the body and keep the money, but other people are looking for the money. So dude, like, it's crazy. Like, the movie's crazy. It's so good. And Ewan McGregor's in it too, the
Damn.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That's right. What the? Oh. Okay, I thought you were talking about Trainspotting for a second. I was like, yeah, he's in Trainspotting.
Yeah, and he's in Trainspotting too.
Dang. Shallow Grave.
Yeah.
Have you heard of, what was it, Over the Forest Hill? Or,
No, I don't think so.
No.
What is that?
I think I said it wrong. Over the Garden Wall?
Oh yeah, yeah. I've seen that.
Is it
That's
any
such
good?
a good. Yeah, that's
I haven't
such a
seen
good show. Yeah, I really like that. I'm so sad that they only did like a season or something, because it was such a really, it was a really good show. I liked it. It just gave off really good fall and like winter feelings or whatever. It was just so good.
That's cool. Yeah, have you ever seen any of the Game of Thrones stuff?
You know what? I haven't really got into Game of Thrones. Like, I feel like the type of person that I am, like, I probably would have loved it, but I don't know. I tried watching like one of the first episodes, and there's like so many like sex scenes and stuff, and I was just like, just kind of annoyed. I don't know, cause I don't like watching like sex scenes, cause I just feel like it doesn't add anything to the story, so it kind of just wastes time, and it kind of just makes like most people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, especially like if you're trying to watch it with like your parents
Anybody.
or like
Yeah.
your family or anything.
You're
you
trying
know?
to watch it with anybody, you just...
Yeah, like, it's just kind of uncomfortable, you know. So it's like, that's why, like, if I were gonna like make any movies, I probably just wouldn't have like any sex scenes, because I feel like it doesn't add anything to the story, and it
Yeah.
kind of just makes people uncomfortable.
Especially to shoot. I feel like that would be a nightmare to
No,
shoot.
for real. I mean, and that's how, like, you're always
I would be
hearing-
uncomfortable shooting it. What
Yeah,
the heck,
yeah.
man?
I mean, not just that, but it's like, and that's the type of stuff where you hear about like all these things that happen in like
Yeah.
the industry, you know, and it's like that's why like all that shit happens, and it's
Yeah.
like it's terrible. That's why like I would never want to do that.
Yeah, man, it's pretty bad out there.
Yeah,
Holly weird, am I right?
yeah, dude. There's so much weird shit in Hollywood. It's like sometimes like I feel like I don't want to do film, because like there's so many terrible like people in it, and it's just really tough, because it's like you're working like really long hours, and it kind of doesn't even mean anything, because you know, you don't get that much money, honestly, but you know, you're kind of like expendable in everybody's eyes, so it's like you kind of have nothing to show for it. So that's why like I want to do my own stuff and try to make like indie films and stuff like that, because then I would be giving myself like a chance that nobody else would give me, you know.
Dude, I'd be down.
Yeah.
Let's do something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Let's work together. I mean, even though you just said you want to make your own films, if you need an extra hand on set, I'll help.
Oh
I'll
yeah.
help where I can.
Dude, this might become like my new favorite pastime. Just get very faded or whatever and make podcasts. It's fantastic.
Yeah. It's very therapeutic and relaxing. Get these ideas down.
Yeah, for real. And I don't know, man. It just feels good to like just chill for like a few hours. Cause there's like always so much shit to like think about, but then you can't really like do anything. So then at least in like a podcast, you could just like talk about all the shit that you're thinking with like other people or whatever. It's kind of cool. And it's like other people could be like thinking like the same shit, you know, so it's cool.
Yeah. You're kind of like voicing everybody's opinion.
Yeah, kind of.
That's why I want to like do this like full time, pretty much. I want to do this full time. I want to make music. I just want to constantly just keep creating stuff full time if I possibly could, you know.
Yeah, me too.
That's like the goal, honestly, and to like to be able to sustain myself off of it,
Yeah.
and possibly like sustain, I don't know, maybe a business, and to be able to sustain others and a family.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But we'll see what the future holds, man. I have a general idea, but I mean, not of what the future holds, but like of what I have in mind. Like, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Should we wrap it up with that?
Sure.
Alright. Oh yeah, it's my birthday tomorrow too.
Oh yeah?
I'm gonna be 23 years old.
The hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Happy birthday. Happy
Thank you.
early birthday.
Yeah, peace out, guys. We'll put
Bye.
the song that we made at the end.
Alright,
Maybe.
yeah.
We'll see.
Alright.
Or link in the description, I guess. Peace. Deja Vu Radio.